Hi there, it's Maria from the Richardson Simple Living. I thought today I'll just give you a quick look at some of the seed saving I've been doing. I've never really done this with all the seeds, but there are various plants that I take seeds from and think, oh, I'll keep them and regrow next year. But I'm hoping that next year when we do our garden and plant more, that I can save more seeds. I'm going to try and seriously save seeds to do the following year a bigger variety. I've only got a few at the moment I can show you. What I've got is just what's on my tray. There's some runner beans. My mind does go blank. Some runner beans in there. I don't know if you can see. And the little pods, they're sweet peas. I normally grow them every year, and I have saved seeds from them before, and I start them off round about February time in my greenhouse, heat the greenhouse and grow them. And I put them all along the trellis on my back patio, which you'll see where that is probably summertime if you haven't seen it in one of my videos. But I grow them along there. And for some reason last year I didn't save any. I don't know why, I just didn't save them like I normally would. But this year, one little sweet pea grew on its own. The seed must have dropped, took, and it grew on its own. It was all purple, the flower was. So this time I took just a little small handful of pods, which I'm going to break open and take the seeds out of. So I'm assuming they'll all be purple flowers, being as it's come off a purple one. So I'm going to grow them and see what happens, see if I can restart it again. Only thing with it being all purple, I do like a mixture of colours, so I probably will have to get another packet with different colours in. But yeah, I took a handful of my runner beans, but these were stringless ones, they were nice ones. I've got a freezer full of them, but I thought I'd try them again. But I'll show you something about runner beans in a minute. I'll just show you what else I've got first. I also took, do you remember the giant pumpkins I was showing you? I took seeds out of them, although because they were a bit squelchy, the stuff, some of them have gone a bit black and are no good. But I've got the seeds from them. Although the amount of seeds I've got, I don't think I'm going to want that many. But I'm going to sort through them. I'll just take a few of them and throw the rest. And we also bought some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins already done for jack-o'-lanterns. So I thought they were really nice, and orange, and just a nice smaller size for carving. So I took the seeds out of one of them, kept them. So I'm going to grow them because they're just right for Halloween and for cutting up. They're easier to carve and cut to take the flesh from. Then I've got a tub under here. It's got nothing in it except a mixed coin money bag. I don't know what that was for. So these are the seeds I'm going to do. But I'm just going to nip and show you something. I'll be back in a minute if I can lift it. Whoops. Taking the door out with me. Right. As you probably know, and you've heard me say, my uncle passed away in July, and they've been sorting things out in the house and everything. But for some reason I've got to be careful because this has took a bang and cracked. But look at that. They are all runner beans. My uncle had saved them. I don't know what sort they are. I've got to be careful because there is a big crack on the side of this jar. I don't end up cutting myself. But you can see that? I don't know what sort they are. They're a different colour from the ones I've got. They're like a reddy colour from my uncle's, and they're the ones that I've got. So I don't know what they're going to grow like, or even if they'll grow. I mean, you can see the amount in there. And he hasn't planted any this year because he died of cancer and he's been bedridden this year. So no garden was done this year. So last year and beyond. But if you think that was all, there's another one. So I've got 2, all runner beans. Now, I don't know if they'll grow. I don't know how old they are. I mean, they look okay. They look fine. I'll definitely give some a go and see what happens. I mean, you've got to, haven't you? For curiosity's sake more than anything. But yeah, they're the same colour as those, so they will probably be the same variety. Goodness. We joke that they must have been from my granddad, and I mean, he's been dead 25 years. There's that many. There's that many. I mean, there's got to be years and years worth in those 2 jars. There's got to be years and years worth. I mean, goodness knows, the jars look vintage in themselves. I don't even know what sort of thing would have been in these jars, but I've got to be careful because you can see there's, well, I don't know, can you see? There's a great big crack on there, so I've got to be careful. I mean, I'm keeping them in a cool, dark place. I'm not putting all these in envelopes. They can stay in the jars and we'll see what happens. I plant them come spring. But they were just on top of a cupboard in the kitchen, just left. I don't know how old they are or whether they'll even grow, but you've got to give it a whirl. You've got to. I mean, how can I not? So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I mean, normally with my seeds, I just get an envelope and write on them. I've got something to lean on. We'll lean on this tub. So if I just put in, well, I'll put the year in, although 2020 we're still in, aren't we? Although, obviously I'll use them next year. And runner beans. Cassie, get your nose out of there. I can see you. Spout runner with a B on the end, run herb. That's what I've got. My eye on Cassie, she's putting her nose in those jars. Visions of her eating the beans. She'll eat anything. Her and one of the cats, anything going, they'll eat it. Whether it's edible or not, they'll try and eat it. So I shall just put stringless on there. Because I've just put the date, what they are, and the stringless. So I'll pop them in. I mean, I should have done this really when I took them all out, but I didn't. I just put them in a tub, left them to do at a later date. And you know what later dates are like. It gets later and later because you never get around to it. I thought, I need to clear everything now because I haven't got my Christmas decorations. Well, say I haven't got my Christmas decorations up. I've got some ceiling ones up. But I've got to put a tree up in there. My dining table's in there. And I want to get that all done up ready. Because we have like 2 lots of dining stuff. We have the casual Christmas stuff like Santa tablecloth and everything that leads up to Christmas. Then come Christmas Eve I swap it all over for all gold things and to match all the crackers and all the tables things. I can't show you that. I can't show you. So that's one of them then. All done. What I need to try and do is, I've got massive envelopes. I need some more. I'm hoping the queues aren't so bad because I want to go shopping Thursday and for non-essential things. I'm hoping the queues aren't too bad. I think I need to write envelopes down what I need. So if I pod these little sweet peas, and I'll make a note to myself that they were all purple, and we shall see what they come out as, but I expect they'll all be purple. Can't imagine them being any other colour. So what I need to do, I don't know how to do this. My settee's so low I feel like my bottom's on the floor, not on the chair. I'll tell you what, Oh, I'll sit back a little bit and you might be able to see me, I don't know. So I'm going to show these are quite tough. Oh, I'm frightened to squeeze them too hard. But I've got them. There we go. Then these are just little tiny round ones. Just little black round seeds. See if I can show you. I don't know if I can show you them. Can you see them? Don't put your hand down and I'll lose them on the floor and the dog will eat them. She's right below me waiting for me to drop something. I think she thinks I've got something delicious. So yeah, they're little tiny black seeds. And they grow really well, they do. They're nice to grow. And I like them because you can actually see the seeds. You know, sometimes you've got seeds and they're that tiny and fine that you can't see them and you don't know where you've been with them when you're planting them into little pots. And sometimes loads of them come out at once and they're that small you can't seem to do anything about it except pull stragglers out and they come up. I enjoyed planting things in the greenhouse. And normally about February time we start doing things. I enjoy doing that. I like being in the greenhouse. I enjoy that. Especially if it's cold out and the heater's on in there. That's very nice. So we've got like a paraffin heater. And it's only small, it's not big, but it's surprising how much heat it throws out. They're really good. I do recommend them if you've got a little area in your garden you want to heat up, such as a greenhouse. Yeah, they're that small. The envelope looks massive. They're lost in the envelope. I could have done with one of these really little tiny envelopes, really. But you use what you've got, don't you? That's probably a bit awkward. So does anybody else save seeds? If you do, what do you save? What do you like growing? What are your favourite things to grow? I think, well, I love doing these sweet peas. I mean, I don't really do flowers as such. We tend to buy them in. I have saved seeds on marigolds, and I think next year perhaps I will. We'll get some and save the seeds because they're really easy to save. I did try to save some seeds from some lettuces. I'd like some little mini lettuces, and one plant went to seed, so I thought, oh, I'll leave it flowering with seed. But I don't know, I just couldn't seem to find any seeds on it. It went to flower, but whether it's me, I didn't know where to look or what. I shook it, dried some, shook some, and I still couldn't find no seed. So I don't know. This is what I mean. Seed saving is going to be a bit of a journey for me, because such as these, you can see the seeds, they're easy to do, but I think there's going to be other plants that are going to be a lot more difficult to get the seeds from, and it's going to take a lot of trial and error, I think, for me to get the hang of it totally. But again, if you want to live a bit simpler and be sort of a bit semi-self-sufficient, you've got to try and save your seeds, and you know, it saves money reproducing. Got more in my little tub than I have in hand. So yeah, that's all going to be part and parcel of it. I'm looking forward to starting in the garden next year. I'm a bit apprehensive about digging the lawn up. I mean, that's going to be a project. It'll be after Christmas when we do that, because ideally I want to get some fencing up around it before we start digging at it, because the dog will be on it and she gets filthy. Yesterday we had to shampoo all the carpets, and the amount of muck that come out of it, because we've got the dog, and it looks really nice and clean now, but you know it's not going to last long. We cheated a bit there, because you're supposed to buy this carpet shampooer and it's about £10 a tub, and we'd only got a bit left and the carpets needed going over a couple of times, so it ran out. So I said to Dean, I said, why don't you just try a bit of Darcy? Because don't be daft, it'll lather up. I said, no, it's not for an automatic washing machine. It doesn't lather up. So I said, just put a bit in. So he put some in, and of course the machine takes red hot water anyway. So he put some in with the hot water and it dissolved. And you know, it brought the carpets up beautiful. It brought them up really nice. And it smelled lovely, like fresh washing. It smelled lovely. So Dean says, well, blow buying more stuff. He says, I know what to use next time. So it goes to show sometimes just trying these things, you know, it saves money again. So that's what we should do in the future. But yeah, I go from one topic to the other, don't I? I was telling you about my garden. And I look at the lawn and think, oh, am I doing the right thing? But if you want to feed yourself and your family and, you know, save money, live a bit of a simpler life, then you do need to do these things. You do need to. So it will have to come up. Well, it doesn't have to, but it will be coming up. There we go. I think I've done all that. So yeah, we need some fencing, but we've inquired somebody, see if they can get some pallets. Because you don't seem to see them around like you used to. Once upon a time you see pallets everywhere. But we don't seem to see them like we used to see them. I think there's a bit of a business in buying and selling them. But we do know people. That's the beauty of my husband in his job. He gets around, you get to know people, and you do things for them, they do things for you. So hopefully we shall be getting some pallets. I don't know when. Like I say, not in a rush till after Christmas. Sort all this mess out in a minute. Put it in there. Right. Yeah, he's going to make a fence anyway, before I start onto that. He's going to make a fence around it. So I'd like the fence to go up really before we start turning it up. He's going to rotivate it all up. I think when it first goes, I'm going to be, oh. So hopefully when that time comes, I'll film that for you. You can watch me weep. But no, I am excited about what we're going to do. I am excited. Yeah, I've lost my pen. Oh, that's strange. What have I done with my pen? I'm sitting on it. Gosh. So now I'm going to do some pumpkins. Again, these are 2020 pumpkins. And I'm going to put the jack-o'-lantern ones. I'm going to save all those seeds. I don't think for 1 minute I'll grow them all, but there we go, jack-o'-lantern. I'm not going to grow all of them because, as you can see, there's quite a lot there. But I will keep them all because there might be somebody else who wants some seeds. We tend to find that we give a lot of seeds away for the giant pumpkins, but mostly to people who've got allotments. We used to have an allotment a few years back. We had one, a good size one, and we grew all sweet corn and our runner beans and pumpkins down there. But it was just a time going down all the time. Because like Dean's working, Sean was in school then, and was quite busy. He didn't have time to go down because he's at the other end of the village. The allotments are from us. But I've been thinking, because there's still allotments going on, thinking, oh, should we get one? I could do sweet corn, corn on the cob down there. I like corn on the cob, and I love it when we have barbecues. I love to just baste it in some butter, wrap it in foil and just put it on the barbecue and let it cook. Lovely. Tastes really sweet and nice. Nothing nicer. So, I thought I lost my pen again then. So I'd like somewhere to grow them. Perhaps I'll try growing some in the garden. I mean, ideally I'd like to dig both sides of the garden up, but because they've got a big pool, which again I'll show you come summer, if we have the weather for it, they want ground for that. So they're not willing to give that side of the garden up yet. But I think, but all the things I want to grow, I'm not going to have enough ground in this bit. I think a little allotment again, just to grow the things that take up the space, you know, the bigger stuff. Like, well, I say pumpkins, but we're on about putting pumpkins on the front, letting them grow. Because Lisa, who loves doing the Halloween, she said, oh, it'll look really good having the pumpkin patch and just leaving it for Halloween. It'll look really, put all the creepy stuff around it, it'll look really good, she says. So, I don't know, that at the moment seems to be the plan. But I'd like somewhere where I could grow, like I say, my corn on the cob and things that take up a lot of space. Probably Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Do you like Brussels sprouts? It's one of those things you love or hate, isn't it? I love them. I love them. My eldest daughter, she says she doesn't like them, but she has to eat them at Christmas because it's a tradition. She matches them in with other things and she can't taste them so much. But she won't dream of not having them because it's Christmas tradition. I think if I didn't like it, I'd just leave it. But yeah. So I'm now going to do these. These are the ones that came out of the big ones. What I'm going to try and have to do is fish out the bad ones. So we'll put pumpkins, and I'll just put giant because I know what they are. I don't actually know what the name of them was, but I can't remember because they've sort of been seed saved, so I can't remember. But we'll just fish out a couple of the bad ones, they can be chucked away. Trouble is, they've gone a bit, well, I suppose it's like a mould, I suppose, because they were still all wet. I tell you what I do want to get next year on my hit list is a dehydrator. They sound really good to dehydrate things. Sounds really good. So, sometime next year, I hope to obtain one. When people say what do I want for Christmas, I always say Amazon vouchers. And then, like on my birthday, I get Amazon vouchers. So I think it's great because I can put it all together and get one. And then when it's mine and Dean's wedding anniversary, my daughter always asks, what do we want? And normally it's an household appliance, something we're going to use. So I might just say whatever my difference is between my vouchers and the dehydrator, is it? I might just say that. So we'll see. Go find somewhere to put them there, because apparently they're about the size of a microwave, and you've seen my kitchen. You've seen the size of that. How on earth I'm going to put it in, I don't know. But like I said, one of our projects is to knock through down the bottom, which is a bedroom. I can't show it you because my son's got the key and he's living with his girlfriend. So he doesn't really use the room anymore. His stuff's in there, so he's got it locked up. I presume so his brothers don't go in and take his stuff. Because boys are as bad as girls for taking each other's stuff. It's not just a girl thing. And age doesn't seem to matter because they're in their 30s. So yeah, I'd like to knock that wall down and go through. And I've said before I'd like a nice American fridge freezer at the bottom. I'd like to show you the room so I can show you all what I mean. But I'd like one at the bottom. It's a similar size room to what my kitchen is, like a square. It might be a little bit wider than that. So I could get some units down one side, so I could put a dehydrator on that. But when these projects start, I'll show you. I mean, over the Christmas holidays, we're going to write out a list of the projects and a list of things that we're intending to grow, because January, February time we'll be going to get the seeds. Or probably January normally. We get all our seeds for what we want to grow. So we sit when we're relaxed over Christmas and you've got no running around, nothing to do other than cooking. Then we plan all that. We'll get it all planned. These feel quite dry and crispy. I don't know whether that's normal. I'm sure they're supposed to be more moist. I don't know. I think that's enough. Oh, the rotten one's fallen in. I think that's enough. Don't know what I'll do with them. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll go around the countryside and plant all these seeds. Fill the countryside with free food. Be a nice idea. And when they talk about planting trees in our village, they're talking about planting trees and like a little woodland area. And I'm thinking, well, why don't they plant fruit trees? You know, and then people can go and pick fruit free. It'd be nice. That's them done. So yeah, I think it would be quite nice, that would. Plant fruit trees, put food seeds here, there and everywhere in the countryside and grow some food. Mind you, I suppose the wildlife would eat that, wouldn't they? But fruit trees is a good idea. If you're going to plant trees, a bit of a woodland, put a bit of an orchard there, and I think that'd be quite nice. After all, when you go walks in the countryside, we pick blackberries and things like that, so why not have some fruit trees? Make that my mission. Man, I'm still waiting for my own to come for the front. I was panicking about the gas men coming and where am I going to put my trees, and the gas men have done it, moved further down, and still no trees. I must get on to them about that. So anyway, that's all for now. All of my rambling. I'm having a change around the days this week. I'm going to do cooking tomorrow, but I won't vlog. Well, I will vlog it tomorrow, but not put it on. I won't upload it tomorrow. You'll see it on Thursday as normal. But because I've got an appointment on Thursday and I also want to go and do this shopping, Sean's having a day off. We call it an inset day because I always remember when we were at school and we got these teacher training days, they were called then. But my mum and dad always used to say, oh, it's teacher shopping days. So this teacher's having a shopping day on Thursday. So Sean's having a day off on Thursday. So we're going to swap it around. Although I'll do it tomorrow, you'll still see it Thursday. So yeah. So I don't know, might do a little vlog tomorrow or might not if I'm doing the other one. See what's happening. I'd show you the animals, but I think you've seen them so many times, nothing's changed there. And it'd be nice to have a chat about them and what I plan to do with them. But once we move the ducks and things start moving around, you know, then I can talk to you about them better, because they'll all be in their own little pens then, and I can tell you what we plan to do with them and what they're like, and you know how easy each animal is to keep. Because I often find a lot of people will say to me, oh, you've got ducks, and what do they like to look after? What are the eggs like? And I often find people saying that. So it'd be quite nice just to tell you how I find them. You know, I'm no expert, nowhere near an expert, but I've looked after them for years and I can tell you, you know, what to do and what it's like looking after them, what they need, what we give them, and, you know, how we find them, what I like, why I pick the breeds I pick. Because I've had quite a few breeds and I've still got a few more in my head. I get carried away actually in spring when all the eggs are on offer. I go on eBay and all the local farms and they're all offering eggs, hatching eggs. And I'm like, oh, what shall I have? You know, the incubator's sat there ready. And he tells me, you've got to slow down, stop doing this. When we go on, won't be for vegetables, it'll be all pens. So I try not to do that. But I want hybrids really, you know, because they're good egg layers. But we'll look into that another day. So maybe you'll see me tomorrow. If you don't see me tomorrow, you'll see us for the cooking vlog on Thursday. And I'm hoping that we're going to do some fork biscuits. Apparently it's a Mary Berry recipe. Wow, that doesn't say Mary Berry. Oh gosh, that was hard to say. It's one of her recipes that I've come across. And it looks nice and simple and easy. And I said to Shauna, we'll do some easy things now till we break up. And then we'll get into some other stuff then in January. See if we can start doing some, well, dinners, you know, savoury dishes come January. Because she keeps saying, can we do some fairy cakes? And maybe next week we'll do them. And then I might well, we'll see. I'm not going to say anything what I'm going to do the week after. I'll see if I can find what I want to do first, find what I need for it before I go saying it. So yeah, so that's it for now then. Sorry for waffling on so long. Don't forget to let me know what seeds you like and what vegetables you like planting, what seeds you're saving, and I'm quite interested in that. And thank you for watching. And if you've watched and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love that. That'd be great. So thank you ever so much. Take care. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye.